All right, howdy y'all. Welcome back to Cam Check Productions. Today, we are hiking up into the mountains to do a snow backpacking trip. So camp is about 1.5 miles from my car. I've gone about a half mile. I'm already starting to overheat, but man, it is absolutely gorgeous out here. So let's trudge on and get to camp. I am carrying a backpack, and I also brought a sled today, bring a little extra gear. So let's head up. All right, we're making it. So I'm probably about 1.25 miles in, and I'm to the campground. So now we'll look around, find us a nice little camp spot, but it's pretty epic. And I'm hoping that I'm all alone up here. I didn't start this hike until about 3:45. Had some chores I had to take care of at home and stuff. So I have already broken the cardinal rule, which is don't sweat, because I knew I needed to hustle to get up here. But I also have a change of clothes with me so that I can keep myself warm and dry once I get my tent set up. So let's go find a camp spot. All right, y'all. So I have found the spot that I'm gonna call home. It's not that far off the main trail area. And I just spent probably the last 10 minutes just packing down my camp, because that mound right there is the picnic table. So I've just been walking around. I didn't want to show you guys this. It's boring to film. Somebody just stomping their snowshoes in circles. But now I've got a flat spot. It's nice and packed out, and I can set up my shelter, which is step number 1, get your tent set up. I want to talk about the 3 most important things you can do if you're going to winter backpack, especially in the snow and super cold. And those are your core 3 items. That's going to be your shelter, my One Tiger Stella tent. That's going to be your insulation, my Nemo Tensor Extreme sleeping pad, and that's going to be your sleeping bag, which I have the REI Magma 18, which has a comfort rating of 18 degrees and a survival rating of about 12. But I also have some extra gear that I brought just in case, and I have a thermal liner. So with all of my gear, I should be able to get down to about 8 degrees tonight and have no problem, including not even boiling water in my water bottle. So it's super duper important that you pick the right things. This Nemo Tensor pad has an R value of 8.5. Then I also have a foam Ozark Trail pad underneath it, which adds another 1.5. So I'm almost already to a 10 as far as insulation goes. Plus I have my survival tarp laid out in the bottom of my tent just to keep things warm. So this is a really, really fun thing to do. And I know that there are a lot of you that are getting snow out there right now. The only thing is this can also be exceptionally dangerous. So make sure if you're gonna go out and you're gonna camp, especially in the snow, especially in something that's gonna get below 10 degrees, 15 degrees, you really need to make sure that you have the right gear. And unfortunately, to do this right and to do this safe, you're gonna have to spend some money or drag a really heavy sled around. And you know, I did drag a sled up here, and I do have some extra gear just to make sure. I'm also testing gear, so I'm only about 2.5 miles away from my car. So I can make sure that I get back very, very quickly. But just an absolutely epic night. All right, let me give you a little tour of my campsite here. So this is my cooking hole. Like I said, there is already a table here, and I just dug off the table and made myself a little sitting hole so I can cook right there. I got the sled spot. I did bring a little cooler because of course we got to have a step 2. This is just my pat down, but just really, really epic through here. And then this is home. This is my One Tiger Stella. If you haven't seen my review on this tent for the first time I took it out, this is my first time using it in the absolute deep snow. And because I pulled my sled, I have a bin, I have some extra stuff in there just in case stuff goes wrong. And then inside of here, I actually have my emergency tarp, which I've laid out so that the reflecting side is up. I have my Walmart Ozark Trail sleeping pad, and I have the new Nemo Tensor Extreme, which is supposed to be an 8.5 R value pad. So this will be home for the night. It is dead silent out here. No animals, no noise, no nothing, just absolute silence. So great. This is why you come out here in the middle of winter, so that you can have a super popular campground all to yourself for the entire night. At least I think I should have it to myself the entire night. But just awesome. Let's get off the table and see. Okay, y'all. So I am gonna keep it pretty simple tonight. For dinner, I am having a cup of noodles and a cup of coffee. And before we do anything, since it's dinner time, and we all know what that means, if you're a fan of Steve, it's time for step 2. That's right. I hauled a couple step 2s up into the mountains here so that I could cheers them with you. So if you're watching this on my Utah time and it's 6:30 in the morning, good for you. Anybody else, I hope you watch this. Cheers. Step 2. God, that tastes so delicious. All right, so let's get to it. And I am gonna need a little more light, so. All right, Max Feel Line. I'm gonna need to sit on something. All right, let's get a lighter out and get this very cold fuel rolling. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Like I said, simple and easy. Doesn't always have to be fancy, especially when it's cold like this. Oh, sorry, I can turn this off now. What an absolutely crazy night though. It's starting to snow on me a little bit. I wouldn't say it's freezing. I mean, I don't know the exact temperature, but I'm not dying by any means, so not bad. Good night to be in the mountains. It's always a good night to be in the mountains though, right guys? I do. I like snow camping for some reason. I think it's super peaceful and it's so different than anything else that you can do, and I am totally for it. So, all right, I am gonna let my water boil. Once it gets boiling, I'll check in with you guys once I have a little food, but right now, I'm just gonna sit back, turn off the light, and watch this beautiful snow come down all around me. Whew. Man. It's gonna be chilly tonight. Not much better of a sound than boiling water when you're freezing and it's cold camp. That right there can save your life. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna pour this. All right, y'all, so what I have here is my coffee. Oh, that is so good when it's cold. My step 2. Cheers, Steve. And my ramen now. I have a cup of noodles, so I'm gonna stir that up and I'm gonna eat that up. All right, y'all. So welcome to my humble abode. It is 8 o'clock. I am settling in, and as you can see from my breath, it is pretty cold out there. I would estimate that it's probably around 25 degrees right now. I'm in the tent, so I wanted to show you guys what I have kind of done in here. And I think, again, if you're gonna go out and try to survive in a night where it's gonna get super cold in the middle of the snow, you absolutely have to be prepared. So let me show you guys what I have in here. Here is my gear pile. I have my snow pants, I have my boots. Sorry, I just wanna make sure that I try to get as little snow as possible inside of those. I have my socks that I wore today drying out. You can see that I have my survival tarp, so I've got the Reflect It pointed up at me, and then I've got an additional bag, basically. This is my underquilt for my hammock. It goes to 30 degrees. And if I get super cold tonight, I will pull that thing out. That's the beauty of carrying a sled and pulling what you need. And then I have my actual Trekology pillow, my sleeping bag, the new Nemo Tensor or Extreme, and then I have my foam. And I just have everything laid out. You can see I got a little bit of snow in here, and that is the one thing I was trying not to do. But we're gonna give the old tent here a shot. And between the tent, the sleeping pad, and my sleeping bag, oh, I also have my my thermal reactor liner as well. So I should be covered tonight. So y'all, I think one of the things to really think about is that when you go out in the middle of winter, you just have this amazing kind of sense of accomplishment when you get up and get through it. You know, this is definitely a challenge. It's a challenge to go backpacking no matter what, but it is really a challenge to do it when the temperatures are going to drop to like 17 degrees Fahrenheit, and all you have is what you can carry on your back or pull on a sled. And it's just a really cool challenge to go out and do this. So I've got all my gear laid out. I am totally set for the night. I think I'm gonna watch a movie and probably turn in. Hey, if you have made it this far in the video, please go down, like it. If you want, make a comment about anything that you've seen so far. It will really help share this video. And I'd love to see a video about how to stay safe while camping in the winter and in the snow go huge, because there's so much snow happening around, and I think this is something that everybody should try. So if you will, go down, hit the like button. If you're feeling super generous, subscribe. And what I'm gonna do is crash for the night, and I will check in with you guys in the beautiful morning. It sounds like there might be some people around the sled hill, so I'm gonna turn on a movie, crash out for the night, and just call it good. All right, y'all, see you in the morning. All right, y'all, good morning. I made it through the night. It definitely got cold last night. I would say it got probably around 12 degrees, maybe 10. It is still super duper cold. Overall, I slept pretty good. The Neo Exotherm is a pretty awesome pad. I didn't get cold at all on my underside. I stayed warm, and adding that additional little Ozark Trail foam was clutch for sure. One thing did happen, my sleeping bag, I definitely had to pull out my underquilt, and pull that on top of me because it just got way too cold last night. And I needed something to keep me a little warmer. So 12 degrees is too cold for my sleeping bag. I figured that out today. And I have to say, there is a lot of condensation inside of this tent. Here, let me show you. Can you guys see all the little ice crystals? I mean, I know you can see it right there. The entire inside of my tent looks like this. Just ice crystals everywhere. I mean, and I even had my door vented last night.
So it definitely is going to create condensation when it's this cold out, and I don't think there's a whole lot you can do about it. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get camp packed up and start moving, and I'll share some more thoughts with y'all. This is crazy. This is what camp looks like after I packed it up. And yes, the sled is crucial. It allowed me to carry everything I needed to stay warm enough to survive last night. So this is my DIY poke sled. I thought I did a pretty good job, but my God, look at how gorgeous it is out here right now. Just beautiful. Can't wait to get on the trail. I mean, come on. This is why. It's all you. Nice. It's a beautiful morning. Now that I'm moving, I'm warm. Ooh, it was cold last night. Good God, look at this. I mean, just fantastic. Fantastic. I'm all about it. Every tree full of ice. It is so pretty right now. I mean, my God. These features of using a sled. Once you hit a certain part on the downhill, you could ride it, kind of. All right, that was fun. Absolutely awesome. That's why you go winter camping, because you're all alone and it's sick out here. And it's a super adventure. I mean, you never know exactly what's going to happen. You never know what you're going to get. You never know how easy or difficult it's going to be. So if you're looking for a really interesting way to challenge yourself, I highly recommend doing some winter camping. See if you like it. See if you get the bug. If you did like this video, please go down, hit the like button. If you're feeling super generous, subscribe. Otherwise, get out there, do some winter camping, and I will see you all back in the next video. Don't be afraid of it. I mean, come on. Amazing.